Hello, welcome to the Spirits Within Us. Just doing a little bit of sage as always. My team's here and creators here. Any negative energy that is being sent towards the channel, to myself, or to you, the viewer, transmute that into pure, unconditional love, light and healing energies for our minds, bodies and souls. Send love out to the people who are sending, and I hope that they find joy, peace and happiness in their hearts. I had a little bit of time off after the energy influx that I had on Thursday, Friday, and it's like the energies at the moment are, you know, I'm finding I'm being kicked into action, kicked into like my body's like doing its own thing basically without me having to do anything. I had quite a few downloads in the process of like finding, you know, and feeling these energies and that. And yesterday I was told to be myself a bit more, be a bit more authentic, say who I say, how I pick up things and feel things and stuff. And this is always, well, it hasn't always been a difficulty for me, but after recent events, I found it hard to openly express myself. I think like the majority of you have been through this, whereas, you know, all your life you've probably been gifted, been able to see, feel spirit, been able to heal and all of that. And then you kind of get knocked down and you get back up again. You know, it's that song, and you get knocked down and you get back up again. It seems as though the majority of my life that's what I've been doing. I've been, and I had like 3 operations. One was 2 in 1, and each operation I had to learn to walk again after because of balances and such. And you know, people who listen to me, you do listen and do watch my full length videos, you do hear me talk sometimes about my personal self, which, you know, I don't want to make the video or the channel, oh, it's about me, but I need to share these things because all of my life I've been different. I've not been able to mix with people. I've been around people and then all of a sudden I've been guided away from them and to move on and go and do something else. So that's basically what I've always done. It's like as though I've never felt at home with anyone. I've always felt very much alone, and I think the majority of people now are coming out and saying that they have always felt quite alone with humans. I've got to say it like that is because I've always had my team here who talk to me all the time on a daily basis, and I've always gone to Creator, Source, God, you know, I've always gone that way. So I've never really felt alone as such. And with everything that I've had to learn and that, I've had to learn myself, because the majority of you who do watch now that I'll say it, I can't read and write properly. You know, I have difficulty putting my words together, and there's all those labels of ADHD and OCD and all this. Just, you might as well just slap all the labels all over me, because some days it's like they're all like, bam, that's it. So I start to clean, and I'm cleaning, and then the house is in a whole mess because my OCD kicks in. So I start doing continuous things, you know, and it's like, this is how I've been, this is what I do. And I know that there's lots of other people out there who are like that. So these are the sorts of things I kind of do. And I don't know, I've always been very much alone. I like the peace. I like to sit in peace and quiet and feel energy, to be honest, to feel energy and to understand energy. I've always sat in the silence, and I've always sort of been looking into a different world, a different realm. And, you know, people have been to me trying to wake me up, clicking the fingers, Zena, that's my name. You know, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm fine, you know, but it's like, no one's ever really been able to understand me. And I wanted to do this channel so that this is the point I was trying to get at. I know there's people out there, I know that I'm going to find people like me who experience the same kind of things as I do, and see the world the way I see it. So this is initially why I wanted to start it, because I wanted to find people who are like me, and so yeah, that's why I started the channel. But let's see if I can get a reading out without throwing them all away. There was, we'll do these because we've got the Strength that folded, and we have the Lovers, and we have Faith. So we have the Empress as well. So I'm going to use that as an header card. Excuse me, let's take a drink. So those fell out, so we're going to take them. So we have the Strength. So you're obviously been born like you're a Leo. In aspects of your chart, you've always been very strong. You've always, you know, had a power within you that's been like a lion. You know you're powerful, you know your essence. Perhaps this is why I was talking about these sort of things. It's like there's always been this presence about you, about who you are, and it seems as though, because it's through the Empress or the Emperor out, you have always been very connected to Mother Earth, nature, to the elements, what I was talking about. And we have the Lovers. I believe that you are a lover, you're a lover of everything, you're a lover of nature, but I believe that you love yourself, and we have the 5 card to follow. So you love Creator, you go to Source, you love Creator, you love Source. This is what I'm picking up from this at the moment, from the reading, the chat what I was just talking about. So what we're going to do is, because I do really like the Angels Atlantis, we're going to put some of those on top. But what I see is strength. Just the strength, it just keeps popping out to me. You know, you're very strong-willed, and I think this will comes from the love you have. And it's you know, it's got the Lovers, but I believe it's because you love yourself. You know, you've learned to love yourself through the strength, you know, through your inner strength, and that you've always kept the faith. You've got that power within you to change things, to inspire others. You know, people come to you for advice, basically, for advice. That's what they come to you for. So we'll see what the Angels of Atlantis have got to say about the little cards that we've got pulled. Okay, we have Zachiel with compassion. So like I was saying with the, yeah, see if you can see those, and the Empress is just there. So with the you've always had compassion. So you are the Emperor, Empress. You've always had compassion for the earth, for the animals. You've had compassion for yourself, for those who you combine and join with in the spirit realms, your team, you know, and Creator, and obviously for love of self as well. We have Gabriel with benediction, and benediction is about faith, isn't it? It's about the love of Creator, of Source, of being one with everything. And I think this is what you found. You found that you are with everything. You are a part of everything. With the Lovers, you've learnt to love yourself, knowing that you have to love yourself initially first, because everything else around you is what you create, because of you connecting that way with the strength and with the faith of Creator. You've always had an inner knowing that you are different, that you are here for a purpose, a reason, you know, not just the season. You're here to do massive changes on this planet, and I think that's where it comes in with the faith. And you've always had faith in Creator, in you, in yourself. We have Gabriel with grace over faith. Like I said, this is very this reading is a very connected reading where you're connected to source, to creator. You feel, you express, you understand what's going on with the energies and the atmosphere, with things that are going on around you. You can pick up. You don't just listen to a person's words when they're talking. You can, it's like as if you look at them and you can see the words are coming out the mouth, but you're not hearing them. You're hearing the way that the words travel through the field of energy. So you listen to the way the words travel, and you can discern whether that's someone telling the truth or a lie. And I believe you've always been a very truthful person as well. You've always spoke the truth with the strength, because we're going on to the strength card now. So you've always had this inner strength, this inner knowing, this inner knowledge to pick up on energies of sound, vibration, a feeling. It's all about that. You feel, sense all the energies. And over the strength we have Aniel with willpower. So willpower and strength, you have always had amazing willpower, amazing inner strength, you know, strength of self, strength of character. Like I was saying, what I had to go through with learning myself to walk again after having those 3 operations. I believe that this is what you're like. You've always had that strength, that determination, the get up and go. Like, you know, I'm not going to be stuck in an hospital bed. I'm not going to be sitting around having people wait on me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do this. And this is the willpower. You've always had that inner strength, that inner knowing, that inner grace has always been there from Creator. You've always loved yourself. That's what you've done. That's why you've always had the willpower and the strength. You've always had that love for self to be able to get up and go and do exactly what you need to do. Over the Lovers, we have Faith again with Raziel. So I do believe this is for someone who is really and truthfully and honestly always connected to an higher power, to your higher self, your inner self, your creator, you know, whatever you call it, universe. You've always known, you've always had that inner power, that inner guidance, that inner knowing, you know. You've always had it. It's always been with you. With the Faith, we have Michael with transmutation. So that's the thing. You've always been able to transmute things to make things better. This is what I'm saying. It's like you're an inspiration to others. You'll go to people and you inspire them to be better people, to help them to move up the ladder of progression. This is what you're here for. You're here to give your strength, your love and your faith to the world, to the collective, to be, you know, that power to transmute and help others go through the stages of evolution that we're all going through now, and to help them understand on a deeper level, on a cellular level, because that's what it is. It's about being on a cellular level and with the Empress connecting as Mother Earth, as oneness with Mother, with Creator, with Source, and knowing that you come from the earth and that you are a part of it. You've always had a fondness for nature, and, you know, with the water, we've got you're very emotional as well. You're a very emotional person. You connect on a deeper level. Doesn't matter what water sign you are, it doesn't matter whether you're the Emperor or the Empress, but you've always connected on a bigger level, on a much higher level. And over the strength, we have Zachiel with security. So you've always felt secure within yourself, knowing that, and I think it's more of that what you have around you, you're secure about what you have, you're secure about the things that you say, you do, you feel, your actions, and the things that, you know, you value, things you value, whether you have a little or a lot, it doesn't matter. You still value it. You still have the feeling within you that from that little, if it is a little, you can transmute that into something much more. And I believe this is where your creative abilities come in. You can change things. This is what you transmute. You can turn things to the betterment of self, but of others also. You know, everything you do, when you give to others, you give freely. You give the love, you give it freely, the help, the advice. And I do believe that you've had an hard life basically with people because of you being so giving, kind and caring. They've tried to put you down all the time, but it doesn't matter because you have always had that strength and that knowledge that Creator is with you, and you've always loved that, and you've always loved yourself from within. With Raphael, we had empathy, and I was saying that about you feeling with the emotions, with the water, that you're an empath, that you feel very strongly the thoughts, feelings and actions of others. And with this empathy, when I was talking about when someone speaks, you listen to the waves of sound rather than the words that actually come out. And that is your ability to be an empath. That is how you've fine-tuned your empathy so that you read the energies of words, you read the actions, you read the thoughts, you're on a much different level, but you don't use it and abuse it. You do it with love. You know, there's people out there who do this, who are empaths, who use it for the detriment to others, you know, to bring others down. And you not like that. You do it with love and kindness and caring from your heart, from your whole being. And with the faith, we have Zachiel with gratitude. Like I was saying, it doesn't matter whether you've got a little or a lot. You have always been grateful for everything you've got, everything you've ever had. You've always been grateful, kind, caring and loving. And with the gratefulness, you know, you've got that abundance of fruit there because you feel as though, you know, the more gratitude, that you're grateful to a point whereas you don't ask for things, it naturally comes to you because you are grateful of the smallest things that you have. You know, you're grateful for just the smallest things. So then everything does come to you because of the gratitude that you have for so little. And we have strength with meditation. And yes, so this is another thing, you've always gone into a meditative state. And I believe from inner child, from when you were younger. And a lot of us do this inner child work, and this is where the keys are. This is why people, places and things have always tried to attack you and make you cry and make you feel small and down, because they attack that inner child. That inner child, we all think there's this inner child healing that we've got to do. We've got to do the inner child healing because we came here with something. We came here with a knowledge, with a wisdom that what in our early childhood, we locked it away. So this is why we have to do our inner child work to open the doors to that knowledge, what we've always had within us. It's like looking back on what you've done through your life and you think, wow, I was much different then. But now, since I've done that little bit of inner child work, I do understand now, and I feel that like fluffiness what I used to feel as a kid. It's like, you know, I feel the way, you know, the clouds move and just watching the clouds, and it's like, this is you, but I'm explaining a little bit from my point of view. It's like I'll just sit there and watch the clouds, and it's like because that's your little inner child, ain't it? You I spend hours watching spiders doing webs. Do you know what I mean? I'll just sit there watching a spider take down its web and build the web. There was one, it started off like that big, and it's like that big now, the spider itself. And I just left him there, you know, it's just do as he does. But I find that quite interesting, and I think this is what we lose as we start to grow up into adulthood. We lose the part of us where we just sat there and watched nature and watched the animals creeping about in the grass, and you know, a lot of us used to get a stick because we were scared. Oh, look at that, and poke it, you know. But this is like what we did, who we are, and that's the part of us that we are now rediscovering. We're now rediscovering our inner child and opening the keys. The keys to the doors are locked within the knowledge that is held within the inner child. And that is what the Lovers is all about. Loving thyself, loving thy inner child, knowing that yes, you could have been a naughty child, but the only reason you was a naughty child is because you had different things. People couldn't see what you could see. They couldn't understand what you were seeing and feeling. And when you tell people, they were like, you know, that they wouldn't, they dismiss it as you like a daydreamer or something like that, or it's an imaginary friend or something like that. But all along it was, and all along it was your team, it was your ancestors, it was people from your past lives, or and different universes and multiverses and places that you'd been, that you was just, you know, randomly chatting to, because you were still open. Your childlike nature is the part of you that holds the secrets to the universe. It's within your inner child, because that's where we seem to have locked it away. So we need to connect more to our inner child, to just have fun, just have fun. So over the Lovers, we have Sandalphon with intention. So yeah, that has always been your intention. Your intention has always been pure of heart, and you know, you've always had gratitude, you've always gone into meditation, you've always done things with intention. You do things, when you do things, you do it on a mindfulness thing. You'll cut an edge, but you'll cut it with such things. You're mindfully in the process of doing that. When you make a cup of tea, you mindfully do that, and you know you're doing it, and you're doing it mindfully, you know, with thought, with feelings, with actions. And that's what you've done all through your life, and that was the inner child in you. You had very much mindfulness. This is what I'm saying about sitting there watching spiders in the clouds. It's like, this is mindful actions. It's mindfulness to the love of yourself, and understanding that, you know, that inner child is in there, and you need to connect more with that inner child and let that inner child flow free. Because from the beginning you've been strong, you've had faith, and you've always loved yourself. Then we have Faith, Aniel and Courage. So yeah, you've always had the courage. Excuse me, I'm gonna have a drink. You've always had courage. You've had courage to move forward in your life, in your actions. You've had the courage to understand that some people, places and things wasn't for you, that wasn't your people. That it's like, this is the thing what I was saying earlier, it's like as if I've always tried to find people like me, and coming on the internet, knowing that there are people out there who more now watching the way people talk and express themselves and show their feelings openly and fully, that there are people out there exactly like the way I feel, you know. And I know that I will find my people eventually. I will find people who I actually gel with and feel good to be around, and I don't have to put up a wall to defend myself. There's, you know, people have said to me before, you're too protected, and I think I've done that since I was a child. I think I've always, but this is what I'm feeling with you. This is why I'm thinking about the Faith card. I'm thinking and looking at the Faith card. It's like, this is who you've always been. You've always had that inner courage, that inner knowing, that inner belief, that inner faith, you know, that love for self, that inner strength, that inner power. With the intentions, you've always had good intentions, and you've always set good intentions. you don't do things on a malicious scale. It's that people, you do things and then people start doing malicious things to you, and you start to notice these things. So on noticing them, they're like, it's like as if people are saying their masks fall off, but they kind of do, because you start seeing people, you see people for who they truly are, and it's like, you don't look on the outside of people, you always look for the inside of people. I want to do the Rebecca Campbell cards. That's what I've been really drawn to. The stone ones for the connection, because I believe that the way you connect to Mother Earth and Mother Nature, which is all a part of you, I believe we need to draw a few cards on that. But that's it's a really nice read. You know, you're so powerful and strong, you know, and you've always connected to Creator, and there's always been an inner knowledge from yourself that you know that you are connected to Source, that you are Source, and you are one with everything. So let's see what we have from these. Over the Strength, we have the Cave. So yeah, you've always been someone who's gone in within on yourself, and you've always felt as though you've been walking alone. You've always felt as though you've had to seclude yourself and hide away from people, you know, retreat, time out, self-care, slow down. You've always felt that you've had to move away from people because it's always been a little bit too much with you. Like with the empathy cards, it's always seemed to be a little bit too much. So you've had to distance yourself. Not that you don't like, love, or anything these people, and I believe that you just go to inspire them anyway. So once you've done the inspiration and that, you've moved away and you've took time out to revamp yourself. You've took days out, you've took time to be alone and to understand the thoughts, feelings and actions that you was picking up, and you then clear them out of your energy field, basically. With the Lovers, we have creativity, creative expression, trust your vision. So yeah, you are very creative, but you've had a vision from an early childhood. You've always had this inner knowing. This is what I was saying. There's this inner knowledge that's always been there from childhood. You've always known something, and it's like as though it's been there in your art, you know, being in your art continuously, a part of you. And that's where your key is, in your art, in your inner child, in the love of creation and nature and all the beauty of everything of the world. Over Faith, we have Agstone, energy shield, protection and inner strength. And that's what I was saying, because you have that inner strength, that protection, and you know, it all comes from inside. It's the energy field of you that you've always had within you. It's that part of you that's always protected you from such an early age. And I do believe that now, as all the energies have been changing on the planet, your wisdom and knowledge that has been locked within you for such a long time has started to come out, and it needs to be shared. It needs to be out there, you know, out there for others to know, for you to find others. Like I said, I'm trying to find others who are like me. I believe that you're also trying to find people who you connect with, who you feel at home with, who you feel safe with, because for such a long time there's been people around, people, places and things around you who you've never truly felt vulnerable to, who you've known that you've never been able to give yourself completely and honestly and openly, because there's always been something there what was telling you, no, protect yourself. So you protect yourself and you move away. You just go through, I've seemed to have gone through life just moving from one place to another, you know. Over the Strength, we have alignment. It's coming together. Precision. Now, with that card, the fact that that card has came up, it's just reminded me about the fact that people are actually joining together and doing the grid work on a collective basis. And I've said this before, that I had a dream again the other night about, they were showing me again, people who are on the same energetic level are all joining together and creating like an atmospheric protection around the planet. So because you're connecting to that inner part of yourself, that protection from within, it's from within without. So then you are aligning and joining with others globally who are on that kind of energetic wavelength and becoming one with everyone else, doing the same thing, doing the protection. And we're all helping each other in this protective bubble, basically lifting and energizing each other, and with the knowledge and the knowing that we can trust in that bubble, in that energetic bubble. And that's what it's all about. And this is what you're doing now. You're connecting, you're aligning with your soul family, with your tribe. Over the lovers, we have the records. Remember why you came. Be bold. Legacy. So yeah, it's telling you to, you know why you came here. You came here to give the knowledge and the wisdom that you've carried with inside of you through many, many lifetimes, many generations, many multiple universes and dimensions and everything, you know. And it's about being and giving it out there, giving that knowledge and sharing that knowledge freely. Because once you start sharing that knowledge, you'll know that there's not only you who has that knowledge, that there's others like you, that you are finding your tribe and you're feeling much more at peace with yourself now, with that inner knowing and that inner connection that you have actually found of late to love yourself from the inside out. And that's what's bringing on this, and it's bringing on the knowledge and the downloads. The more you love yourself, the more you give your inner child voice to talk and be creative and expressive. The knowledge that you came here with, that was already there, but you locked it away as a child, it's now becoming open. Collectively, we're all getting this knowledge that we've locked away, that was hidden, and it's coming out now, and there's a bigger and a better understanding, and we know that it's much bigger than us. What's going on is actually bigger than us, and this is why we're joining collectively to help with it, to play our part, basically. So we have the faith with pave your own way, and like I've said all along, you've always paved your own way. You've always had the faith, you've always had the strength within yourself and the grace, the gratitude to know exactly who you are. It's got leadership, courage, forge, don't follow. So you've always been a leader from such an early age. You've always been a little bossy kid, and not bossy, but people say, oh, you're so bossy. But you're not bossy, it's just a thing of who you are. It's a natural thing of leadership. You came here to lead, you didn't come here to follow. You came here to give the knowledge and the wisdom that's locked inside of you. And over the strength, we have dancing with the stones. So like I say, yeah, you connect, and you connect with the earth and your inner child, and you let yourself be free with the knowledge and wisdom that's inside of you. You allow it to come out naturally, and it's got movement, teamwork, partnership, and that's what I was talking about with the movement, the teamwork, the partnership. So you're entering now in a phase of partnership collectively with others who you're sensing. You're not just sensing on a one-on-one basis, you're feeling and sensing on a bigger connective basis. You know that you're not alone in this, and you thought you was the only one. You thought you was the only one who was like this, was this weirdo, what people call, well, yeah, I've always said I'm weird, but you know as well, this is what I'm saying, it's like, you know that yeah, this weakness is for a reason. It's because you're not supposed to be like anyone else. You're supposed to be unique. You're supposed to be different. And you was put where you've been put in this, on this plane of existence now, to help around yourself, so that when you do go into meditation, when you do your prayers, you allow that higher vibrational feeling to penetrate out of your wall of protection, and you allow it to go around your area, around the rock you live on, and around the world, and out into the galaxies, universes and multiverses. Pure unconditional love, light and healing energy is allowed to be sent out and to heal not just yourself but on a much greater scale. And as we have the lovers, we also have the healing stones, and that's what I was saying, and this is what you do. You connect and you send it out. You connect to the planet, you connect to Mother Earth. And once you've done the healing on Mother Earth and allowed her to send out the healing to all the animals on the land, air and the sea, and every single little organism that belongs to her, because they send it back to her 10 times fold, and that then energy goes right the way back through you into your heart, and it's allowed then to go out into your local vicinity, and like I said before, and you spread that out just like he's doing in there, tenderness, care, gentleness and nourishment, like I was saying, with your heart chakra fully opened, and you allow it to vibrate out from your heart. You vibrate out, and this is an imaginary process, and the imagination is wild, and that's what we had when we were children, our imagination, and this is what was being locked away. Never let your imagination be locked away. Imagination is key. Whatever you imagine, it can be. So, and this is what you're doing. You're connecting from your heart, and you're allowing it to go out and spread out globally. With the faith, we have guardian stone. So yeah, I believe you are a guardian. You are here to guard and help people, to, like I said on the previous part, to inspire others, to lift them up, to, you know, help them with their awakening process and the initiation through it. So for the process of awakening, what you go through on a daily basis, you're here to help others with theirs, even if it's just by saying a few little things every now and again. But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be inspiring, but you are inspiring, and that is what you do. You inspire others. You inspire others to do the work, to be different, to be kind, loving and caring. Over the strength, we have see the beauty, gratitude, the sacred is everywhere. So that's it. You see the beauty within everything. You understand that it's from within, without. You understand that the faith that you've carried since a very early age, since your early childhood, the strength within your heart and the love you've always had has always been there for a reason, and it's to guide and to, you know, share with others. And you do it with gratitude. You don't do it like, can I say, you give freely, basically. You know that if you are giving like that is, it feels good to you. You're grateful to be able to give like that, to give an experience and to share your knowledge with others. And then we have the lovers, the secret chamber, potency, deep connection and treasure. And that is what I was saying with the inner child, the deep connection with yourself, the love of self, you know. And you know that there is a secret that is held within you, and it's locked inside of your inner child, that happy place, that don't care place, I'm going to do what I want to do place, you know. I want to sit there and cover myself in mud place, or I want to sit there watching spiders and doing the most maddest things, what adults, oh gosh, don't do that, but just be a child. It's your inner child. You're allowing your inner child to come out. You're allowing the secrets and the wisdom now that you came here with. You're allowing them to start flowing freely and to help others with it, because I think you're a guide for greater humanity, as in just people generally who you meet on a daily basis. As with the faith, we have scrying, trust your vision, intuition, and plant seeds. So you've always trusted, you've always, been of service as well. This is what I got then, because he didn't say scrying, it said of service to me. You've always connected, and you've planted seeds from when you were a child. From a very, very young age, you've planted the seeds, you've planted the knowledge, and now it's time for you to pick them. It's time for you to pick the fruit from the trees that you've planted, basically, because you're a part of everything, and it's all there. Anything you want, anything you need is from within you. You are the creator of your external world. It is what you create. It is what you dream, imagine, sense and feel. You are the one with the wisdom and the knowledge to understand how to change all of this, how to bring these things into play for you. I think I've been talking for a long time, so I'm going to just close the reading now. We had the Empress to start off with, which is, to me, it's just the earth, the connection to Mother, the connection to earth, and this is where you've come into this beautiful world, connected to Mother Earth, to one with nature, with the inner strength, the strength from when you were younger, always in love with yourself and always had a great faith. So we're going to see what cards we're going to close out on. We have the Devil. So there's always been tests. You've been tested so much through your lifetime from a very early age, but you've always had the strength to overcome. Yes, you may have dipped your toe in the muddy water, but you always brought it back out and you got back in the clear, fresh water again. And you walked on that path in that, that energy. We have the Temperance Angel with the Lovers, and that's what I'm saying. You've always been a little angel, a little healer, someone who is here to spread the word and the love on this planet. You're here for a reason. You're here to share all that, what you have inside of you, those secrets, that wisdom that you had from a child is now there for you to bring out and express and to feel and to help others with. And over the faith, we have the Tower, and I believe the Tower has come because it's a tower to any situations that have been trying to stop you, that have been trying to stop you from being who you truly are, with your inner strength and with your power and with your voice. And basically there's going to be no towers, no more. I think you've had enough towers in your life to last you forever. And because you've always held the faith, these towers have always been, shall we say, very mild, because you've always been the Temperance Angel and being one with God, with Source, with Creator. You've always had that protection and that love from within, without. So no matter what towers have been around you and have been tried to be brought into your life, you have always been able to move about around them, and that because you've always had that knowledge, that inner wisdom within yourself. So I hope that this has made sense to someone, and I really do. Thank you for watching. So from myself, from my team and from Creator, we wish you unconditional love, light and healing energy. Bye guys.